Welcome to the Unleash Your Inner Radiance podcast with your host, Lisa Dorn. Unleash, 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 unleash your inner radiance.
Hello, Unleash Your Inner Radiance podcast guests. I am so excited to bring to you today Tiffany Anderson, who I have known for, I guess more I should say, I have followed for a while. I just had the pleasure of actually getting to meet her in person a few months ago, or last month. I'm so super excited for you guys to hear more about her. So grab your cup of coffee and get settled and listen to our newest podcast. Welcome, Tiffany. I am so excited to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on, Lisa. I know we've been connected for quite a while, on social media. And so it was so fun to finally get to meet you in person. I absolutely love that, about my business, eventually getting to meet new people because, doing your business virtually, which is what I do. I've been an entrepreneur, actually full-time in 2018. I actually retired from my full-time career as a speech therapist for 12 years and kind of stepped into this whole world of being an entrepreneur, trusting the process, knowing that I could have more time, more financial freedom. And it's just been a blessing and I absolutely love it. I've been in direct sales, but recently over the last few years, really have stepped into the coaching and the training aspect of things to help other women in direct sales. So it's been fun.
Welcome. So I'm so excited to have this opportunity to chat with you today. So tell me and go into a little bit about what you actually do now that you have left the corporate workforce, because a lot of us have done that. And it is what you are involved in is really super exciting. And so I want you to tell us a little bit more about all of the different things that you do, because I know you help a lot of people out in different ways.
Yes. Yeah. I'll start you back from the beginning. I'll take you forward. And yeah, what I'm most excited about is kind of over the last couple of years, what's been happening. And that's where you and I really started to get connected because we started to really understand each other a little bit better. And I'll explain in a little bit how that came about, and, how we started to build that friendship a little bit deeper because we really started to understand each other and who we actually were. So like I said, I've been in direct sales for over 10 years now. Started with a health and wellness company, right? Because doesn't everybody want to get healthier?
Yep.
So naturally, I just started using a product and kind of got thrown into sharing the product. I think that's honestly probably how a lot of people step into that direct sales network marketing, arena. And so through that, I found that, gosh, I really do love helping and supporting people. And so I really enjoyed, the business aspect of it. And through that journey, and this might be something you didn't know about me, is I actually created my own coaching program called Fun and Fit with Tiff.
I did not know that.
Right? It's so crazy. I did one-on-one and group coaching to help women kind of in the aspect of overcoming the mindset barriers of eating healthy, but also choosing the right foods. I personally had an eating disorder that I was able to overcome. So I helped transition other women through that phase of their life as well. And so
that's awesome.
That kind of started my whole journey. Yeah, kind of fun. I really enjoyed that. But then, sometimes, things start to shift and change, and a different opportunity kind of came my way. And I went in that direction. And so I did part ways with my health and wellness, even though, I really still love inspiring other women to eat healthy to exercise. I actually have a 5 a.m. club where myself and some other women hop on Zoom. And I think, Lisa, aren't you supposed to
Yes,
be on that with us?
I am a part of that group. Yes. And I definitely need to step up my morning program. So I really do need to start working out with you guys.
Right. Totally. Well, it's funny, like this morning, myself and one of the other ladies in our group got on Zoom this morning with the whole intention of working out. But instead, we had kind of a collaboration business kind of conversation. And, so you just never know what happens. But, you get up and you start your day with intention. Like that's the biggest thing. So I do still have that going, which is fun. But so I transitioned into working with another company, which I'm still with today. Absolutely love it. And with working with that direct sales company, I quickly was able to accelerate and create a full-time income, reaching a six-figure income like that. And then, as we all know, COVID happened and it changed a lot of people's businesses. And so we had to shift the way that we did things. And so I primarily do my business via social media. I use Facebook to really grow my network, connect, close sales. I don't do a ton in person. Actually, now I really do nothing in person. It's all virtual. That's just what I choose. I'm actually an introvert. So it's kind of nice to have that option. And so through my success that I had, and then shifting the way that we used social media to lead generate and to connect with people, I started running these events on Facebook to help other women in direct sales lead generate and sell their products. And so through that evolution of that, I kind of organically started to become a coach of other women in direct sales and really just fell into that. And I absolutely love it. And so through that whole piece, I created a group on Facebook and offered just a ton of free value, but also I have some, paid coaching programs. I actually just launched my new program here this last week. And I've been able to, through all of this, become a best-selling author in a book that I collaborated with, which is literally nothing that was ever on my to-do list or my bucket list. It just, again, kind of organically happened. And I'm in the process of doing a second book with a collaboration of authors as well. And that one is called Make People Matter. And that kind of brings me to this whole next evolution of my business, which is where Lisa and I had the opportunity to really get connected and, see how sales is really supposed to happen, right? How you don't have to be this salesy, slimy, weird person asking for the sale and, but it really just comes from a place of connecting and serving the people that, you want to share your product, your service, your opportunity with. And so how this next phase, you could say, in my business that I'm very excited about came is I run online book clubs as well, virtual book clubs. And so it was back in September of 2022 that we were doing a book. And in that book was a chapter about this program or this methodology. And I was curious about it. So I went onto their website, searched it up. They had a trial period. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use this. Like they say it's supposed to help me connect and close more sales and make sales easier. And, I was all about that. So I'm like, let's give this a try, right? I'm always open to exploring, new ideas to make my business easier. And oh my gosh, I am so thankful that I did that because it really has made a life-changing transformation, not only in my business, but also in my personal life. And I had no idea this was going to happen when I started to check this out. And so what I'm referring to is there's this company, it's called Codebreaker Globals. And they have a methodology called the BANK methodology. BANK stands for, it's an acronym that stands for Blueprint, action, nurture, and knowledge. So there's 4 types of personalities in the world, right? Like this is nothing new. It dates back thousands and thousands of years, right? Like we are, everybody has their own values. We're all 4 types of personalities. But for example, Lisa is more of a nurture action type person, and I'm more of a nurture knowledge type person, right? And so if you think about sales, okay, so if I were to be communicating with Lisa and I wanted to close her in a sale, and let's say we're completely opposite personalities, we are probably not going to connect, right? We're probably not going to see things differently. I'm going to, say things and use word choices that align with me and my values and what I think is important, right? And so when you're actually communicating with somebody about a sale, a service, an opportunity, right? You want to communicate with them in a way that they need, right? What they want, what's going to make them say yes. And so through the use of this methodology, it's stepping outside of your values and really connecting with that person that you're communicating with to align your conversation with what they need. And it was a complete shift in my personal sales. And I no longer feel like just yucky connecting with people or feeling like I'm chasing people, right? I'm really getting to the place of understanding who they are and what they need and what's going to get them to say yes. So it's going to shorten your sales cycle, right? Wouldn't you want that? To not have to take so long to do all the 50 cajillion follow-up messages because we're just speaking to them with the wrong words, right? And so what I didn't know about this methodology that just made it 1,000 times better is not only can I use this in my business, but it's a tool in my personal relationships with my husband, with my 4 kids, with my friends, with my family. And that right there is worth $1 million, right? Because probably for the most part, a lot of the things that we do in life is to really, get connected with our family and do things more with our family. At least, I guess, well, that's me as a nurturer. Maybe it's not everybody, right?
Right. No, it is a really cool program, and it is a really cool thing because you need to learn how to talk, because a lot of people don't know how to communicate. And it just makes it tough because you can't relate to somebody else and you can't relate to their way of thinking unless you learn how to communicate with them. And I know as a real estate agent, in the past, if I would have had this program, I probably would have landed way more listings because you go in as you, and you might have a husband who is like you, but the wife might not be like you. So you have to learn how to communicate with that person. And everybody knows there's a lot of emotions and a lot of coaching that happens when you're selling houses. And so I am so excited about this program and how it's going to help me in that part of my life.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you ever find yourself tossing and turning, struggling to escape the chaos in your mind when it is time to finally hit the hay? Trust me, I have been there too. But then I discovered these heavenly rest gummies, and oh boy, they have transformed my nights. Let me share a little secret that has been a total game changer for me. Ula Rest PM Gummies. The magic happens with a blend of watermelon lavender flavor that's just divine, featuring ashwagandha to calm the mind, L-theanine for that serene boost of serotonin, and a sprinkle of melatonin for a healthy sleep cycle. It's like a lullaby for your soul. I used to battle with my brain going into overdrive at bedtime, and my sleep patterns were a roller coaster. Hours to fall asleep and waking up like a nocturnal creature. It was exhausting, but not anymore, thanks to Ula Rest PM gummies. This is self-care simplified, my friends. Quality sleep is the key to unlocking the absolute best version of yourself, paving the way to conquer your goals. Give your mind and body the rest they deserve because, trust me, a well-rested you is a powerhouse. So, if you are ready to upgrade your sleep game and transform your nights, head over to myula.ulalife.com/Lisa Dorn and let the Ula magic unfold. Here's to stress relief, relaxation, and the most restorative sleep of your life. Sweet dreams, beautiful souls.
Yeah, exactly. And you brought up a good point. And first, I just want to share too that just as a testimony, we have a gentleman who uses this methodology in his real estate business, and he was able to move his close rate from 36%, which I think is good. I'm not a real estate person, but I think that's pretty good.
Yep.
Right? But he was able to now move his close rate to 87%. Wow. Because of simply adding in a 90-second assessment. Like, that is it. Mm-hmm. Because now, like you said, he can connect with the people in a way that matters to them. Plus, if you have, a husband and wife who are different, which, by the way, opposites will attract, right? And then opposites attack. And that's why we have a divorce rate of over 50%, right? Is because we don't know how to now communicate with that person who's our opposite once we've spent enough time with them, right? Because our values are different and we want different things. And so this can be used in all types of businesses. I actually just had a coaching call this morning with a travel agent. And I was like, this is genius, because think about travel, you guys. If I'm assuming many of you have gone on a vacation with a family member before or multiple family members, and it literally just does not end up the way that you want it to because you want to do this or they want to do that, right? And it's just overwhelming and it's not fun. So if we can help families understand the dynamics of who, their personalities, and then that travel agent can align that vacation for them with different activities and things that align with the different personalities. Oh my gosh, like that travel experience is going to be phenomenal, right? Right. So I'm trying to help travel agents create, there's a ton of travel agents out there now these days. So having them, stand out amongst all the travel agents by using this methodology. So yeah.
Right. And it's also a very important thing for teachers because, when it comes to teachers, you have a classroom. Okay, just take a third grade classroom. These kids are all different and they learn different and they pay attention different and they just do everything different. You don't know why one needs to go out of the classroom all the time, or why one isn't sitting still, or why one can't sit here and listen to what you do and say because they actually need to be reading it. And yeah, I'm just learning so much about this program, and it just is this methodology is so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah. And the whole teacher piece, like you are exactly right. I have 4 kids. So I'm like in that right now. And so I actually have some trainers who are teachers that last year she used this in her classroom from the start of open house. She cracked the codes of the kids, of the parents, right? She used it throughout the school year to better understand the kids and what they need. And then she used it again at the end of the year. And so we actually do have a free teacher masterclass. So if you're a teacher, connect with Lisa, and she will get you the details of that masterclass so you can see how this can make a difference in your classroom. I could sit here literally for a few more hours if you guys got time and share with you all the stories. I'll just like one quick story is, so I have 4 boys, and my youngest is going into 5th grade. So I've been using this methodology for a couple years. So the last 2 years, I did bring it into the school. So he's on an IEP, or was on an IEP. And I cracked the code of his teachers, of his principal, and then I shared with them what his code was and shared, what he needs in the classroom. He's actually a blueprint first. So he needs the system, the structure. He needs to know what's going on. He is not a rule breaker. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so all of his teachers had blueprints at the end of their personality code. Okay. They were all nurturers, which is good. He's a nurturer as well. But with a blueprint, he needed that structure. And so he was spending 90% of his day outside of the classroom because he didn't have the structure that he needed, because they allowed him flexibility to go into kind of a special room to kind of take a break if he needed to take a break, but never knew when to get back. And so let me see if I can find it here quick. I have it with me. So what we did is we created a structured plan for him that sat on his desk. So he knew when he could go take a break and when he needed to go back, and all this stuff. And it completely switched. He was 90% in the classroom, 10% in the other room if he needed to take a quick break. Now he's going into 6th grade, and he no longer needs an IEP because they understand who he is and what he needs. And one of his biggest triggers is, so as a blueprint people follow the rules. So they do not like when people break rules, right? Action last. Action people love to break the rules. Okay. They will do anything to win. And that meaning break the rules. So when he's outside playing on the playground and they're playing Foursquare or Gaga Ball or something like that, and he's playing with an action kid who's going to do everything to break the rules, and he is like, no, you follow. That's when he gets, kind of has some episodes of getting frustrated and needs to take a break, because he's like, he doesn't understand, like, why would somebody break the rules? Why are they getting so loud and obnoxious, right? When he can be more reserved and needs to go step by step. And so just through my support in him and explaining to him the difference of the codes and who he is and why other kids are the way that they are, right? It's made a game changer for him at school. He can totally adjust to, and here's the saying, if there's anything you guys take out of listening to this podcast today, is it's not personal, but it's personality, right? So in his case, those kids were not necessarily attacking him as a person, right? It's not personal, but their personality is have to win all the time, and they'll break the rules to win. That's just, so it's more of a personal thing than personality. So
absolutely. Amazing. There could be so much more peace if everyone learned how to communicate with each other and everyone learned why that person is talking to you that way or acting that way towards you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And so you guys are probably wondering, well, how do we find out what our code is, right? How do we crack our code? What do we know? How do we know our personality? And so there's 2 ways that you can actually do it. One is through a digital link, and Lisa will share that link with you guys. So you literally can click on it, and it takes 90 seconds is all. And through doing that, Lisa's going to gift you a free emailed report all about you. It's going to tell you all about your personal code and why you show up the way you do, why you do what you do. Okay. And then for those that, don't do the digital link, if you're in person with Lisa or you're in person with me, you can do it with our cards. And so on the back of the cards is 12 values. And so we basically will hand the cards to somebody and we'll say, can you do me a favor? Can you read the 12 values on the back of each of these cards and then put the cards in order from most like you at the top, least like you at the bottom. And so they take the cards, they read the 12 values, they put them in order, and they'll hand them back. And boom, just like that, you now know how to communicate with that person. You know what's important to them, right?
Right.
And then we also have a kids version as well. So it has 12 icons on the cards, so kids can, do that with the icons versus the written word. Yeah.
Yes. And so, yes, I will put the link in the show notes, and I really want you guys to try it out because it is literally a game changer. And I want to learn who you guys are, and I think you guys want to learn who you guys actually are too. So the one thing I want to have you tell me about, tell me about your new program. That you just started.
My new Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so I've got two programs, and I'll kind of share a little bit about both of them, because one is geared towards using this methodology and one is not. And so the one that's geared towards this, and that's actually what Lisa is involved in as well, is we have a whole digital platform of the trainings that you can go through to learn this methodology, to implement it into your business, into your relationships. And then we have some live coaching that goes with it as well, whether most of it's virtual live coaching. But we have a complete, sales day, how to integrate this into your business. And then we have a full day on relationships, how to use this, with your spouse and your kids. And then we have a full 6-week program as well that we dive into to kind of go a little bit deeper into your business and your relationships and having that accountability and accountability partners. And so we have a whole program related specifically to this. And to be honest, I kind of gear people more towards that one because everything I do every day is I live the code, right? I live what my code is. And I live what other people's codes are. And so, I would prefer you going to transform your life as a whole, right? It's not just a business coaching program, which is what my other one is. I want to transform your relationships as well. And so my new program that I just launched, it's actually kind of transforming from a current program that I have that I've been running for over 3 years. But, I want to make it bigger. I want to make it better. I want to make it more impactful for people. And so launching into having a digital platform, right? Things are going digital these days, right?
Yes, they are.
Launching into having a digital platform where I'm literally going to have trainings of me, really how to take your business from, getting started to creating a 6-figure income. And this is specifically for women in direct sales, right? So if you're not getting the results that you want, right? If you're it's all the skill sets, right, that you need. It's the tools, it's the systems, it's learning how to connect and close sales. And so I'm going to have a digital platform that they get lifetime access to. Okay.
Nice.
And then there's going to be a live coaching piece to it as well. So for a year, they'll get the live coaching. So every single week we'll have a live training and some Q&A. And I've actually hired a couple other trainers as well that are going to be a part of that live coaching program as well. So you have, just more perspective and more eyes on what you're doing to be able to answer your questions. So I'm currently in the founding member launch of this with a really, really good discount for that. But otherwise we will officially launch in September. So very excited for this because it really helps women in direct sales get the results they want. Because what I've experienced with coaching women in this space is, most women are making $100 to $300 a month and they're working their butts off, they're doing a lot and making a little. And, my whole vision and focus is to work less and make more, right? Have more time for family, have more time for yourself. And so really, learning the skill sets and the tools and the systems and some automation as well to help create that and have more income. So very important.
Sounds like an amazing program. And I know where you've taken a lot of people and helped a lot of people. So I think it's going to be a game changer for people, because you're right. When you get into direct sales, and I've been in direct sales, you get excited because you just made $300, so that pays for the product that you order. But why not take it to the next level? I mean, why do you just want the $300 that covers what you order every month? That makes no sense. If you believe in the product, learn how to up your game. And it's something that everybody in direct sales needs, including me. Yep. And I'm not really well, I kind of still am on one side, but it just is, if people get into direct sales for financial freedom, learn how to run your direct sales program so that you are earning more than your $300 a month. And you need Tiffany to help you do that.
Everybody should have a coach, to be honest. I actually have 3 coaches right now because they all you, right? They help support you in just a different path or a different avenue, or sometimes you outgrow a coach, like you learn, all that you need from them, and that's where I'm at right now, right? And I need to hire somebody that is already at the level that I'm at, right? Because I don't want to keep doing the work and doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. And it's just a slow path, right? If I can invest just a little bit and I can accelerate my results faster, right, and get that return on investment, heck yeah, that's like a good business investment, right? There's good debt and there's bad debt, right? Bad debt is going to buy that expensive car that you don't need, right? But good debt is investing in yourself and growing your skills to help you, accelerate your business. So yeah, everybody needs a coach.
Yes, they do. They do, which is why I am one, but I need one too. So, right? It's like everybody needs a coach, and everybody needs to up their game in their personal level and in their businesses and in your communication with your family and your friends. You need to up your game there too. So, Tiffany, do you have anything that you want to share with us that maybe you haven't shared today? Any other fun things that you're doing?
Honestly, I'll just leave you guys with, we're really on a mission, and that mission is to make people matter, right? Whether it's in your relationships or in your business, it's communicating with people in a way that matters to them, right? It's not about you. And when you can show up in a way of how that person wants you to show up, we talk about, the golden rule, right? Who knows the golden rule? Treat others the way that you would want to be treated, which sounds like it makes sense, right? But what if that other person is a completely different personality than you? They don't want to be treated the way that you would want. They want to be treated the way that they want, right? And so we level up to the platinum rule, is to treat others the way that they want to be treated. That makes so much more sense.
So much more sense.
Yeah. And so that's what I want to leave you guys with today, is make it about them, not about you. And if anything, reach out to Lisa. You can crack your code. You can learn more about your personality for free. Takes 90 seconds. You're going to get an emailed report. And then check in with her, because we may just have some trainings coming up that, again, are no cost for you to just dive in and learn more and help you really, connect with people better, whether it's your relationships or your business, and just make life so much better all around.
Right. No, thank you. Thank you so incredibly much for being here and for joining me today for this fun conversation. We had a little bit of a fun conversation before this even started, but thank you so incredibly much, Tiffany. And I just want to remind you guys that all the stuff will be in the show notes. And I want to thank you for taking the time out of your drive time or wherever you guys are this summer to take a listen to this and to following me. So please leave me a message if you guys want to learn more and reach out to me. And thank you. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
When you were wondering what comes next, try to find your purpose when everyone has left. You gave them your all, and now it's hard not to feel small. It's time to find your light again and free the child within. Unleash, 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 unleash your inner radiance. Unleash, 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 unleash your inner radiance. You were once a child out to play. You spoke your mind, you did things your own way. When did the fear crash down? How do you find the magic now? You thought that you